This game is coming along nicely for the Solutions, and they currently have possession.
That's right, Bob. They've been looking great from the very beginning. They have an incredible 249-0 record. They're looking to make it an even 250 in the next 7-15.
Questions have certainly not been doing the best job this season, and Solutions seem to have all the answers for their offense.
Here's another driving question down the center. Pass goes back to the outside and...
Boom goes the Solution!
Boom shakalaka!
Click, click. Welcome to your podcast moment.
If you don't like that, you don't like Float Tank Podcast.
You know, we're seeing a superstar in the making here with Daily Solutions.
That's right, Bob.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Once again, we are joined by Derek Wyatt, and I am Graham Talley, and we will be talking a little bit about marketing, because that's Derek's realm of expertise.
That's right, Bob.
Can't believe I couldn't think of the word expertise there for a second. So, today's question is, how long should an email marketing blast be when that marketing blast is big? It's almost like a tongue twister.
Long enough to keep their attention, but short enough to get the point across. I don't know.
So I think they're just saying, like, when they're emailing a bunch of customers, how long? So I assume not like a newsletter is what they're saying. Like when they're doing like a deal and probably a deal, right, is usually what like a big email blast would be about. I guess a special event, maybe like you're hosting an anniversary party at your shop or something, you might send out an email blast for them.
So historically, I've sent very short emails, and I can't think of too many cases in all of my marketing where I side on the long form side of email copywriting.
Yeah, I guess that's why I was trying to just draw a distinction between an email newsletter versus like a blast. Because email newsletters, I feel like, yeah, give some news, keep it long, conversational. You want to give some people information.
Nobody wants to read that. No, but I mean, so think about the person you're emailing. Like, how frequently do you email them? If you email them more frequently, you probably want to keep them short. If you email them once a month like a newsletter, then it's probably okay to go a little bit longer. Especially if it's things in there that are going to provide them value. As long as you're saying something that, you know, your general audience on your list is going to be interested in getting, say it and then be done with the email. So if that has to be a 2-page email, then it has to be that. That was the right length for email.
Yeah, and even your terminology there, like, has to be 2 pages. I can tell that your psychology is just keep it as short as you humanly can.
100%.
Yeah, and so that's where I was going with the email blast too, right? Like, again, maybe newsletters get a pass because they are newsletters, you're sharing news. An email blast, you usually just want to get one thing across to the audience, and you should be able to get that thing across pretty succinctly.
Right.
I'd almost say, you know, for every paragraph that you add, you're going to lose 10% of people.
That sounds like an excellent made-up number, I would agree.
Yeah, it's based on nothing. But it gives you kind of a at least mental idea of what's going on, which is if you can keep it short and to the point, I would say like 2 to 3 paragraphs max for a usual newsletter blast, then you can actually get people's attention. And if you tell them very succinctly what you want them to do and what the benefits are, like, we have a sale on floats and I want you to buy them, and this is going away soon, that is a successful blast. And
I'm going to steal a page out of this marketer. I know his name's Graham Talley. He likes to give the TLDR, the too long didn't read gist of an email up top, and then he wants to be long-winded. He does it in the PS section below his signature. So in that case...
The old Graham Talley special, I call it.
That's right. The Graham Slam. So,
yes, here's a little bit more about the Graham Talley special.
It's the Graham Slam special. It's $3.99. So, Graham, tell us your thoughts behind why you do that.
So and this is great. I was actually going to get into this later in the episode, so I'm happy you gave me a little alley-oop pass there.
Fast forward. Yeah. That's right, Bob.
So the idea being, get your most important stuff up front, right? So if you do want to share some news, like you installed a new float tank, which is awesome, and now people have a greater choice to choose from, and you want to say that you're doing a deal on floats and you want people to buy them, up front, you know, the first paragraph be like, hey, we're doing a deal on floats and you should buy them, and we have some exciting upgrades that you made to the space that you can read about below. But mainly, we like you, you're on our mailing list, here's your deal. See you later. P.S. Let me tell you about my awesome new tank and all the cool things it does, and it has a starlight ceiling, and the transducer speakers are better mounted, and that way, you know, the main thing, if they're not going to read that far, there's an obvious to click, buy the discounted floats button. And if they are curious about what upgrades happened, then it just kind of like naturally divides people into groups, and neither one is disappointed.
Right.
Whereas if you lead with the upgrades to the float tank, some people are going to be like, oh, this is just an update post, and then leave, not realizing they could save money. And then, that way, only the people who really were interested in floating are going to get all the way down to the bottom, essentially. So you're kind of like unnecessarily screening out people who would have taken advantage of the deal otherwise.
And I mean, we're trying to get people to unplug. So why would we want to take 2-3 minutes of their time reading an email that's indulgent about us, right? We want to convey the information they need to know and let them be on their way. Let them be able to finish their work day, click out of their emails, and go home.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, that also changed my opinion on length of emails in general when I read a nice essay on the amount of other people's time you waste by being long-winded. If you're blasting out even to 10,000 people and it takes them 15 seconds longer to scan or read your email that you sent out, that's a collective, 1 billion man hours or something. I don't know. I didn't stop to do the math. But it's a lot of actual man hours that you're spending, even though it's 15-second increments, just on reading an email. So a little more philosophical for why not to have a long email, but also very, very true.
Right. And it's, I think, Tim Ferriss quoting somebody else says, your inbox is other people's agenda. Don't burden somebody with more stuff to do.
Plus, we're not Proust. People aren't going to take the time to read our humongous sentences, and nor should they. We're essentially marketing to them. This isn't fine literature. So, don't get too attached to the length and beauty of your own prose.
If you want to have length and beauty in your prose, write a blog. Write a blog and then maybe email a link should they want to read and click through. Now you sent them an email with a headline that's click here to read this long piece, and then if they want to read it, they can do that. So
yeah, and that's even like an extended form of the PS kind of thing that I do on newsletters. And we've done that before too, where it's like, PS, here's more about what I wanted to say, but you'll have to click it to go to a blog post. And that way the letter stays short. Yep. There is more content for people who want it.
And then as an online marketer, with that blog piece that they read, they now visited your website. So your Facebook pixel will now track them so you can retarget them with ads later.
You're welcome. Put all those mattress ads up on their screen, or whatever it is we sell. What is it? Floats? That's right. Not mattresses.
Water mattresses.
Yeah, water mattresses. So short, keep them short. That's the short answer to your question.
I think we should keep this podcast short because I feel good with it.
It's too late. It's too late for that.
Damn.
Gone over the deep end.
All right, well, let's talk about long emails.
If you have any questions at all that you want us to answer, head on over to floattanksolutions.com/podcast.
And
we'll do it. We'll answer them.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye.